Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Put Me Over podcast, episode 36, season 2. I don't know if we dropped that gimmick a little while ago, but we're in the second season of this thing. I'm Andrew Gomez, a.k.a. The Mez, joined today by the other Jubronis. Jubronis.
It is Hanukkah.
It is Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah, everyone.
We have our Jubruni here. The other three Jubronis, part of this new world order of podcasting. To my left, you know him, you love him, Dicklish himself, Richard Garcia in the house.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Dick Fully Clothed, and I got a question for you. Is this podcast kosher?
That's a good question.
I'm gonna say no.
There's a lot,
Not kosher friendly?
We're all circumcised, bro. We're all circumcised, right?
but we're all porking.
Yeah.
So.
There it is.
Hey-o.
Oh, that's the light of the day.
Zing.
Oh, I got more. Yeah, that was just a little. It's
brewing up, isn't it?
It's bubbling. And also joining us, you know him, you love him. He's the $100 man, Bobby Diaz.
What's up, baby? It's good to be back.
Finally, we had a week off.
Oh yeah, man. It was
Technical problems, bullshit.
Sex.
Yeah.
Raw.
And rounding out the group, the Pinoy powerhouse himself, Byron Pagdalau. Enjoy him with his dreadlocks while you can.
Is that going to be the series finale, your dreadlocks?
No. On behalf of my hair, they like to thank you for all the support you've given over the years. This is the last time you're gonna be seeing them. It's really sad. I'm kind of anxious about it, but it's time for a change.
I don't think I'm gonna like it.
There goes all your sex appeal, dude.
Dude, for real.
All
this
of it.
thing's got me laid so many times.
Out the door.
Whatever. It's like,
You're gonna have to get tatted up and fatted up
or
now.
something.
You're going to need a new gimmick, bro.
I know. I gotta get a new gimmick. Something.
I think you got something brewing.
Yeah.
You know what, dude?
A little scandalous.
Ooh, we'll see next week.
I felt like we should have done something with Byron's hair. We should have put a stipulation on the line.
Yeah,
we
you know what?
should have. We fucked up.
Yeah, damn it.
We did fuck up on that
Save
one.
it for TLC, and if you
Yes.
lose, you have to cut your
Okay,
hair.
cool. It's gonna be like the worst editing. That's funny.
But what a wild week we had last week. Literally nothing happened, which is why we didn't want to do a show in the first place.
I think we were embarrassed to watch. We were too embarrassed to watch, and we just decided not to record at all.
I've been embarrassed watching Raw
It's
and
really
SmackDown
bad.
for the most part.
It's really bad.
I find myself not really invested at all. We'll get into it, but let's get into some Dick's Dirty News. Take it away, Dick.
All right, guys. So we did skip a week. So this is pretty much just 2 weeks of news rolled up into one. The first thing I want to talk about is WWE made another big signing, I guess you could say, with Walter.
A very big signing.
That's a literally
Literally a big
he's a
signing.
big dude.
Yeah, he's huge.
I haven't heard of that fool. Where's he from?
He's from Austria,
Yeah.
Good day, mate.
but
Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
that's not. But they did sign him, and he doesn't want to come to the U.S. He doesn't want to. Well, I should rather say he doesn't work for Raw or SmackDown, which is very smart of him right there, because I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to be working for Raw or SmackDown if I were him.
He's openly said, "I don't
Yes.
want to go to Raw or SmackDown."
Crazy.
He just wants to stay in the UK and be in NXT UK, right?
I could see him in NXT UK, or even once in a while go to NXT. He would be a good fit for, definitely a perfect fit for NXT UK, because right now they are signing their talent to exclusive contracts as well,
Which is fucking over a lot of people.
which is fucking over a lot of other promotions as well, and also some of the lower talent, not lower talent, but like lower tier UK wrestlers who rely on going to other promotions to wrestle as well.
To make up the wages that they weren't making.
Exactly.
In WWE.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. I mean, because I heard that the guy who runs NXT UK, his whole deal was he wanted them to be able to go where they want, wrestle where they want, but also wrestle at NXT UK.
Right.
And now it's kind of like you can't do that. Like if you're going to wrestle somewhere else, you're not going to lose. You have to win.
Oh wow.
And it's like all these like stipulations that they're throwing on them to pretty much say no one's going to book you because we can't book you now.
Because you know the outcome, obviously.
Yeah, well, everyone's going to know the outcome. We can't book you.
What if it's two NXT UK guys facing off each other in an independent promotion?
Double disqualification. Double count out.
They'll cancel the show. But this is kind of going what Triple H's plan has been the entire time, and that is to take over different regions and make them into developmental territories. NXT UK is basically what his goal was in the British wrestling scene. He wanted to take advantage of it while it was hot, and you know what? It seems like he's winning so far.
He's a big motherfucker, that
Yeah.
Walter.
Yes, he's a huge dude, isn't
Well,
he?
Osprey's pretty small though, huh?
Yeah, he's pretty small. We saw him at PWG. He's a giant guy.
He was a
dude.
former PWG champion.
Yeah,
Damn.
he's huge. Monster.
I'll say this for sure: you do not want to be on the receiving end of one of his chops.
Yes.
Or those.
Who wins,
elbows.
him or Lars Sullivan?
Oh,
Ooh,
Lars.
That
'Cause
would be
he's
a
uglier.
great match.
Oh, dude.
Lars would win because he's so fucking ugly.
Yeah, he's so and hairy and
Hairy,
disgusting.
ugly fucking guy.
All I
Vince
know
Neil.
is like those two dudes getting at it. It's gonna be a fucking war.
I would watch that match.
I'd
for
watch
sure.
that match
I would.
too.
I'd be down. What
So-
else we got, Dick?
Last week Jerry Lawler celebrated his 69th birthday. Happy
Hey.
and what's his favorite number?
69.
Yeah, happy 69, Jerry Lawler, and your birthday too as well. We did mention about the NXT UK having restrictions on talent. They're not the only ones, actually. Apparently, Ring of Honor is also doing that as well.
What?
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, perfect.
They've been one of the ones that, like, tells people go out and fucking wrestle everywhere you can.
Exactly. But over the past couple of years, they've been doing exclusive contracts. They had the Bucks for a while, even though they were allowed them to do some New Japan dates. They had Adam Cole before he went to WWE to do. He was exclusive to Ring of Honor before he left. And now that they signed PCO, Pierre Carl Ouellet, or better known as Jean-Pierre Lafayette, the pirate guy,
The Quebecers.
the Quebecers. They signed him to a exclusive contract to Ring of Honor, and it got to the point where like he was supposed to wrestle tomorrow at Bar Wrestling, but he canceled via text message.
That's really fucked
That
up.
sounds like a
man.
move he would do.
That's a pretty unprofessional move on his part. I could see and Bar Wrestling did put out a tweet online earlier today, they put him on blast, saying like, well, he had better things to do and he decides to cancel via text. So
Via
I
text.
can't blame them for being pissed.
Yeah, fuck that. That's bullshit. That's a asshole-ish move to do, especially when it's a day away. Like, what do you just fuck? That's such shit.
Because he's supposed to be, like, a veteran. He knows
He's
how
50
the wrestling
years
business
old.
goes.
How old?
50.
God damn.
Yeah,
He looks every bit of it.
He
too.
looks every
He
bit of
doesn't
it.
look like R-Truth, that's
Yeah,
for sure.
R-Truth.
definitely. And when I saw him, I was like, dude. When I first saw him, I was like, PCO, like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, he looks old. And then it dawned on me, like, wait, this is the dude from the Quebecers back in the day.
He's a lot bigger.
He's a lot bigger. Yeah,
He was the fat guy.
he was a fat dude back then,
and
right?
now he's jacked.
He's just jacked. He's as jacked as what was the other Quebecer's name? Jacques Rougeau.
Jean Rougeau.
Yeah, Jacques. Yeah, he's almost as big as him. And I don't know what's in the French Canadian water, but yeah. So he's leaving Ring of Honor. He's leaving the indie scene.
PCO on GBH?
PCO, GBH.
Or on a, you know what I mean. Human growth hormone.
So he's
HGH.
HD,
you go, there you
PCO and HDH. There you go.
I was thinking
Oh.
GBH, the punk
You're
band.
thinking
Yeah,
the
me
punk
too. I was
band,
like,
yeah.
whoa.
I'm all punked out today, dude.
With their Descendants
So
sweater,
rock and
dude.
roll, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah. So he's the indie scene. If it wasn't for the indie scene, he would not be where he's at right now. And he's kind of turning his back on them, saying, "Well, you know what? I've kind of helped you guys helped me out so much, so fuck off. I'm gonna do my own thing."
Now I'm getting that ROH money.
He's getting that ROH money.
I'm going from hot dogs to $30 a night, baby.
That means ROH is still affiliated with NJPW, right?
Well, the thing about though is that he's assigned exclusively to Ring of Honor. So
Okay.
they're
So
both different organizations, both different companies. So I'm not sure what
That's
the
lame.
extent of his contract is, but if it's, I mean, he might work for Ring of Honor. I'm sorry, for New Japan.
Aren't they coming together for that Madison Square Garden show?
Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
That's it.
So he's going to have a show at Madison Square Garden. He hasn't been there since WWF Superstars versus
since 1994, probably, right?
versus the Midnight Rockers.
Oh shit!
Or I'm sorry, the new Midnight
The
Rockers.
new
with
Midnight Rockers.
Leif Cassidy and Al Snow.
Oh man.
Damn.
Marty
Leif
Jannetty.
Cassidy was Al Snow.
Yeah,
it
Leif
was Marty
Cassidy
Jannetty. It was Marty Jannetty and Al Snow.
There you go. Oh my god, that was. Speaking of, that's probably like the worst. Like, which one's worse? The new Rockers or the new Foundation?
The new.
Oh, the new Rockers. New Foundation at least had Davey Boy.
That's true.
Well,
That's
new,
true,
new
yeah.
Foundation was just Jim and Owen.
No, the new foundation's still way better. We have Owen on there.
Yeah, Owen Hart
That's
over
true.
everybody.
Yeah, Owen Hart. It's pretty damn good.
Okay, the new Blackjacks
Oh god.
or the Ministry of Darkness. Never mind. I was gonna say the New Godwins, and I was like, wait, they're not a thing.
They're the same as the old
Phineas.
Godwins.
Phineas, is that his name?
Phineas.
Yeah, Phineas Godwin and Henry Godwin.
Oh.
All right.
All right.
But
Just kidding. So
we got let's see what else do we have. We didn't mention about Shawn Michaels, how he is actually officially one of the writers for NXT now.
Wow.
that's pretty dope.
So
Yeah,
he's been helping out.
Unblock me, coward.
You heard it.
You heard it first.
It's all right. I have multiple accounts.
Word
get
her
it.
account.
You gotta
He can't
you gotta
block.
block Put Me Over podcast too.
He can't block them all, or can he?
He will.
Maybe he can. I don't know. I just
He's
won't
a
say
writer
anything.
now.
He is, but he has been helping with NXT for a while. I didn't realize so recently that he was actually be one of the writers. So you know what? That's one way of using talent from the past to help out your show. If only the main roster got the same memo as that, though.
Tinder alert!
Uh-oh.
Tinder
Uh-oh.
alert!
Uh-oh.
Hey, relax, dude.
Uh-oh.
I had to look
Stop
over.
looking at my phone, dude.
Bro,
Well,
it came
dude,
over the notes.
it's like
Mind your
right there.
business, man.
I mean, if you're watching, his phone's like right here. Everyone can see his phone.
and he
Did
has
you
a
just get
Tinder
a-
alert.
Let's see. Super like?
Yeah,
like?
it's a super
no,
regular
I'm
like?
just saying you've been places, so you want to swipe right on them.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay. Little advertisement.
it was
I see.
advertisement.
Pretty
False
much.
hope is
Yeah,
what that
false
was.
hope.
Oh yeah.
No wonder why your eyes perked up. You know that alert. That's Tinder alert, baby.
His eyes, his dick picked up too.
Oh, man.
Wait, what?
Hey, was that bulge right there, dude?
Wait, what?
You're not wearing basketball shorts. Why is that bulge there?
Your dick's on that GBH, bro. Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, I was reading that on to the Shawn Michaels thing. I was reading that Triple H just told him that you don't have to write full skits, whatever, full gimmicks. Just stick your foot in, see what you like. It. Give us a few ideas, and now he's full blown like giving great ideas for NXT and everything.
Well,
so.
he's moved to Florida.
Yeah,
Him
so
and his
I mean,
family
that's
live in
right.
Florida now. So good for him. Unblock me, coward.
What else do we got?
Okay.
Did you guys see the ROH web series
Which
Yes.
narrated by Cole Cabana? It's called
I didn't
Pinnacle.
get a chance to.
one? What's it on YouTube?
It's on YouTube. Yeah, it makes me feel like ROH is a big deal.
Yeah.
Just the whole beginning to end. It's like a 10-minute video,
Let me add
but
that.
it really like highlights the people that have wrestled in Ring of Honor and what Ring of Honor stands for, especially like the Code of Honor. They make sure to highlight that.
Right.
Yeah.
But just really good stuff. I'm excited. Someone needs to take out WWE right now, or at least put a little pressure on them, because what we've been getting is dog shit.
Yeah.
Every single week, which we'll get into. I said that.
Yes.
I said it again, but this is really, really bad right now.
I do want to check it out though, so I will watch it after the recording today. Did you guys happen to listen to the TED one of the TED sessions with Eric Bischoff? He was actually on the TED Talk recently.
I watched it on YouTube this morning.
I did not.
You know what though?
was
It's
it?
worth a good listen. It's about 15 minutes long, but it's actually a very good listen. The way Bischoff started it in the beginning was that he was being typical Eric Bischoff, being the heel and just ragging on the audience, and the audience weren't sure like whether or not like if it was a work or not, like they didn't know. And then about halfway through, Bischoff's like, you know what? I spoke to the guy who did the TED Talk. I had to run it by him because I wasn't sure what's gonna happen. Basically, it was how emotions are like instead of like news being thought based, it's now emotion based,
Yeah.
and they're taking a page out of professional wrestling.
That definitely is really it. I mean, you could tell with a lot of like UFC how they took it from wrestling, like
Right.
making it huge and going off on other people and creating these gimmicks and trash talking. That's all that stuff. That's wrestling stuff.
That's Trump. Trump is
Trump
WWE,
is-
bro.
Trump is the wrestler in the White House.
Yeah, and anyone who like dislikes or ever cracks on wrestling, like if you like TMZ and all that shit, that's just 100% WWE.
Oh, if you
bullshit.
watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians and you think I'm dumb for watching wrestling every week,
Yeah.
You're dog shit.
Yeah, exactly. At least in wrestling, we do flippity flips.
Yeah, I don't
And
see
it's
more
Kim
athletic.
Kardashian doing a 450.
Nope. Now that's talent, bro.
That's
That
talent.
is talent.
But yeah, it's true. What better way to get an emotion out of someone than just preying on their feelings and making them feel bad. Especially, he came out and he's like, "What are you gonna do, guy?" He's like talking to a guy. He's like,
Right.
"You want to come up here and shut me up? Why don't you come up here and shut me up?" And that's when he like had to break kayfabe and be like, "Yeah, I'm just playing. But it's good. I mean, yeah, we have WWE Hall of Famer and 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump.
Yep.
That's crazy. I wish that they introduced him as that when he got inaugurated.
And even that promo that Bischoff did was better than many promos on Raw. And not many, almost every promo on Raw. The way he delivered and the verbiage was just on point.
It didn't seem scripted at all.
It didn't seem scripted at all.
And
He
Bischoff
didn't
is a
have 12
genius.
people writing it for him either.
Exactly.
He's the man.
Bischoff still has it. But yes, if you have any time, go ahead and take a look at that TED Talk with Eric Bischoff, 15 minutes. I highly recommend it. And I'm not a very big Eric Bischoff fan, so
Really?
I'm really not.
I like Eric Bischoff.
too,
I
but
think he's cool.
Change the game, bro.
He did.
What else we got?
Let's see. I think as far as news,
That's it, huh?
that's really about it. I think we went through everything. We kind of went through this pretty quick.
Good.
Well, that's our show for the
Yeah,
week,
that's
guys.
it.
So,
I mean,
that's
you don't
not
want. Believe me, you don't want us to hear talk about Raw.
Yeah.
Just turn it off right now.
I don't want to hear us talk about Raw.
I don't either. Oh my
Unfortunately,
god.
we
Just
have to
kidding.
talk about it.
But here we go.
Here we go. What were you gonna say, Dick?
Let me ask you guys this right off the bat: has the last two Raws of the past 2 weeks, have they been some of the worst Raws you've ever seen in your life?
I would say yes. As far as storytelling, and we have a pay-per-view coming up, and
We do.
I'm not excited about anybody. Nobody has anything interesting going on right now. They've done back-to-back weeks with the same matches, the same promos, the same everything.
Yes. Perfect example being last week they did the Q&A session with Sasha, Bailey, and Alexa Bliss, and that didn't work at all.
It was awful.
It was awful. Guess what they did this week? They
And-
did the same thing again.
I like that when Alexa pitched it to them, Bailey said, "This isn't going to be another one of those 'This is your life, Bailey' segments," which is probably the worst segment
Yes.
ever. But yeah, it was, and it got booed this week when they came out and they announced that was going to happen. The crowd booed it pretty hard.
Yeah,
I
that was bad.
don't blame them.
Can you blame them? I mean, I guess like the one thing that came out of that whole thing was we want to be tag team champions, women championships. We want to be. But
We
that
want
was the-
to be tag team women championships.
Yeah, that's all. That's really all I got from it was that they wanted to be tag champs, and that was it.
I think I'm over the whole first women everything now. Like
That's-
for a while I was like, yeah,
for
I'm
reals,
into it.
man.
Now I'm like, okay, let's just evolve past that, and like let's build storylines and feuds
Yeah.
and shit like that.
I feel
How
like
about
they're
that?
just rushing it. Like they should really take their time and make it more organic instead of having it done within a calendar year. Like, well, this is the first everything for the women trying to catch up with the men. It feels forced. Make it more organic. Let it evolve over time.
Hashtag me too.
Hashtag me too.
I saw a GIF, or I mean a meme earlier this week where it was Stephanie talking to Triple H, and he's like, "Babe, you're gonna get mad, but Paige got to announce the women's match for TLC, the first TLC match, and she's like, just going crazy and all mad because she invented women's wrestling. I guess.
Yes.
That's
So
so
she's
funny.
missed
Oh
fucking.
God.
Oh fuck! It was fucking hilarious. I was cracking up.
Are you guys fans of the Lucha House Party? Because they're the baby faces.
Lucha rules, man. Lucha rules.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I don't
It
get it
doesn't
either.
make sense.
Confused.
We had Scott Dawson of the Revival versus the entire Lucha House Party, all three of them, in Lucha House Party rules match. It was 2 weeks of tag matches like that. Now they did a really bad handicap match.
Honestly, dude, it feels like all these Raws are just blending in together where, like, you don't even know when it happened.
Exactly. Are they just trying to, like, fuck with my brain at this point? Because I swear to God, I'm seeing the same thing over and over.
Over and over again, dude. It feels like a really shitty version of Groundhog Day.
Well, the thing is with this, Scott Dawson's supposed to be the heel.
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
supposed to be the heel. And this makes me not like the Lucha House Party. I don't know if I'm getting worked, bro, but right now I'm just like, dude, fuck them. Like, Scott Dawson was fighting 3 guys at one time and, like, destroyed them, basically.
Yeah.
Destroying the Revival, who are a great tag team. And, fun fact, the Young Bucks actually posted a tweet that said, when you guys see the Young Bucks versus Revival match, you guys are going to forget about all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Save this tweet.
Save this tweet. And then Scott Dawson retweeted it with a clock.
Yep.
So
From the show.
That was the only good thing I got out of that match. Was that
yeah,
tweet?
It's really sad. I like, Grand Metalik and
Kalisto.
and Lindsay Dorado. I think they're awesome. But what they're doing right now, especially coming out and with the piñatas and like the noisemakers, and it's just
this is where they're taking a page out of the New Day. This is what they're doing, but they're trying to make it their own thing, and it's stupid because you don't see the New Day being three people on versus two
ever.
Like
not even when they were heels.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb. Like they're just trying to take a page out of their book and hoping that it sticks and hoping that people like it and kids love it, but it's actually kind of screwed up. I mean, it'd be cool if the other guy was sitting outside, not in the match.
That's what the New Day does.
And then he does shit behind the ref's, back or whatever.
But they're supposed to be the baby faces. Like, why is this? I'm confused.
There's no
why is the
incentive to cheer them.
That's a waste.
I don't see why I should cheer them. Why I should be going for them. I'm not motivated enough. There's nothing aside from them giving out candy and piñatas that makes me want to cheer for these guys or have any type of connection with them whatsoever.
I end up feeling bad for the Revival, so maybe I am getting worked, bro.
If anything, I'm
turning a baby face.
I'm going to cheer for the Revival now.
We had Baron Corbin, who really just sucks. He just sucks so much.
He's playing a big part. He's like the captain of Raw as far as like the main lead character.
He's been in a lot of segments for
He's
Raw.
in like every fucking
He's
segment.
in every segment. Last week he was in the beginning, middle, and end, and this week is it's not any different.
Yeah.
I hate the way he delivers his lines. Like I feel like he's such a bad actor.
True.
And like I don't.
It's like he's reading them off the. Like,
he's reading them off the teleprompter. Like it
He
seems
is.
so like fucking stale and like forced, and like a piece of cardboard is reading a script.
I hate it too because it takes away the fact that he can actually wrestle. So like we forget like he can actually wrestle pretty well for a guy his size.
Yeah, and not to mention he's dressed like a waiter every match.
Every
like
fucking match.
Maitre D. Corbin.
God, Raw's brutal to watch. This hurts my heart.
It is, dude.
well, something that was cool that happened. There's gonna be Drew McIntyre Appreciation Day.
Oh yeah.
Randomly, he gives him a gold medal, which McIntyre and Corbin in the same ring. McIntyre looked like a superstar compared to Corbin. Corbin looked fucking like a jabron of jabrons.
Dude,
A jabron.
The Rock of Jabronter.
I think I'm
like
I think I'm hopping on that Drew McIntyre train. Like he's such a fucking rock star, man.
Yeah.
You weren't on that train? What train were you
I was
on?
like waiting. Like he seemed like he was kind of like Ziggler's gimmick.
It costs too much money to get on that train, so you gotta take
I
the
was
bus.
waiting for it to get cheaper,
it's
man.
first-
I
it's
was waiting
first
for the
class,
cheaper
bro.
price.
Now the tickets are cheaper.
I was waiting for that
That makes sense.
discount,
That
you know.
He took the scenic route.
I went up to the next train station ahead just to get it for a cheaper price.
It's $3 cheaper. Why am I gonna spend $3 cheaper here? I can go up the street and get it for
And
$3
it's free
cheaper.
parking.
That's a Drew Brody for sure. Right there.
Oh, Drew Brony.
But yeah, I mean, dude, everything that he was saying, I believed it. Like, it was such a good
He
role.
shot on the entire back locker room, saying, "Well, everyone is just collecting a paycheck and playing video games and playing on their phones back there. I'm out here kicking ass and taking names." And I'm like, "Oh shit, yeah, you're right, Doc. You're right, Doc. He ain't up, down in anything."
No, he's not.
Sitting there retweeting, hashtags or whatever and all that junk. But I loved it. And then like it's changed, and Ziggler came out, and that's what I even got more excited for it.
Do we have a face Ziggler now?
It seems like it.
God, Ziggler.
That segment.
Flip flop,
yeah,
flip flop. Snip, snap, snip, snap.
That was such a
Office reference.
random, unexpected turn. Like there's no point in him turning, just for the sake of turning.
No,
I mean, it's there to make Drew McIntyre it's gonna elevate him big time.
Yeah.
Even though Dolph is a loser, we all see him as a loser. I still am a Dolph Ziggler mark for sure.
We all.
But
are,
he did
yeah.
get a win over Drew though.
And he got a win over
Which
Drew this week, which
did not help.
Drew is gonna get that heat back.
He
He's
will.
gonna win next week in the rematch,
Oh God.
and then again at TLC,
Yes.
and then we'll hopefully get onto a new program.
Well, we might as well give our predictions out for next week because they're gonna wrestle next week. Drew wins, LOL.
But I think that was probably the main thing that I took out of Raw was just that. I mean, it was a cool, like, seeing him turn on Ziggler and saying, yeah, man, I used you. You got me to where I wanted to go, and now shoe fly, like, get out of my ring.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
I fucking loved it. I was fucking eating that shit up, dude.
Damn, bro, that was brutal. What else do we have that stuck out?
Well, last week I didn't mention that Corbin was almost in every segment. Now it seems like that this week Finn Balor was the person who was in every segment. He was at the when Bobby what was it, Lashley and Elias, when they were doing the promo.
Yeah.
He was out of nowhere. He pushes Leo Rush back into the center stage, only for him to eat a guitar. And then he was also in another segment with what was it? His match with Corbin, right?
No, it was with
Or
what's his name?
With Gender.
Gender.
The gender.
Transgender.
The gender bender.
Transgender Mahal, yeah.
Gender bender.
The gender bender.
And I feel like he was in every other segment, dude. But yeah, he was definitely around Raw quite a bit this week.
Hear me out on this. Is Finn Balor the new Sting?
In what way?
He's coming from the rafters, coming
He's
from nowhere.
surprising. Remember when Sting was fighting the NWO?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he would just surprise and get involved in matches and like just stay like he would help the good guys.
Oh,
He wasn't in a
Right.
faction with anybody, but he was just going around helping the good guys just to stick it to the NWO.
I see that.
This
I see
is
that.
kind of happening right now.
That's Sting of Jace.
Yeah, I guess you could say that's.
He'll never lower from the rafters.
Oh, no, he won't.
No.
But
not
That's
a
done
good
with
history with
WWE.
that.
But unlike Sting, though, he did get his comeuppance from McIntyre when he was in the back. McIntyre got, even though he lost his match against Dolph, he got his revenge on Balor. So that kind of helps him out.
Beats the shit out of him. I was looking at those kegs. I'm like, dang, how much beer is in those things?
Right.
Let's see. Drake Maverick pins Bobby Roode, whatever. What about Bootleg Bane?
Bootleg Bane, dude.
Oh,
Dean
I wonder where he got
Ambrose.
that jacket from.
I know I like that jacket.
It
not gonna
looks
lie.
Pretty sick.
He looked dope as fuck.
Yeah,
I
he
was like,
did.
don't take that mask off. Just wear that all the time now.
Even the security guards look dope. Actually, it was kind of cool.
Yeah, it reminded me of like when you fight like in WWE 2K, and like they have henchmen and they're all dressed like there's a thing where like you have to fight the Undertaker but like you have to fight all the druids at the same time. Like it reminded me of just goons that you beat up like in a video game.
Like
Yeah.
one of those
Before the main boss.
like one
Yes.
of those, like
Yeah,
a Final Fight
you're
clone
right.
from the 90s.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Streets of Rage or Jace.
Yes.
And then the final boss comes walking out
Yeah.
right after you beat them all.
Exactly.
I love
like it was funny because I seen the wireless microphone on the back of his mask.
Oh yeah.
And then he went and asked for a microphone, and he was like pretending to like hold it, but like obviously took the mask off, so it worked out. But I just couldn't stop looking at that wireless microphone.
You seen it?
I seen it.
I felt like he was gonna like bomb the arena, but he didn't literally bomb it,
Bombs.
nor did he
Bombs
figuratively
go off
bomb it. It was a pretty damn good promo, I'll say.
Raw bombed it. Raw bombed it.
Raw
overall.
definitely bombed
Yeah.
it though. Yes.
Yeah.
Nia Jax, who cares?
Bitch.
Ronda
Baron
Rousey,
Corbin
blah,
makes
blah, blah.
Slater fight Rhino. Winner gets to stay on Raw. Loser gets fired. And no more Rhino.
Got a question.
They're already endangered enough. What the fuck,
I
man?
know, right?
Hey, I got a question. How did he have time to crunch all those numbers?
Wait.
It's not supposed
He's
to
a
make sense.
mathematician.
It's
Dude.
not supposed to make sense.
Scott Steiner is not on the payroll.
No, he's
I
not.
think his math is a little off.
His math is definitely off.
But now we're gonna get Heath Slater as a referee. So what I kind of see is like there needs to be a band of good guys. I'm sure Heath Slater, everyone that has a gripe against Baron Corbin is gonna fight Baron Corbin and his lackeys.
Yep.
And it's gonna be a stable of baby faces, a ragtag group of guys, which I'm down with. I'm okay with it.
I am too.
I could see that happening.
You know what would have been a perfect time to do that?
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series.
No, but it's for brand supremacy.
Come on.
Come
What
on,
was
dude.
what was I thinking?
Kayfabe.
Oh man.
Let's see.
That was whack. Ronda's the worst
The,
actress.
the
that's it.
main event.
Ronda.
She's so bad.
She is so bad.
acting.
They tried to give her more TV time, and that didn't work out.
Starting
dude.
to see the chinks in the armor. No
Yeah.
offense. No offense.
Hey,
man.
Not taken. Not taken. Don't be-
You're starting to see the chinks in the armor breaking, and she's getting exposed. I feel like she's getting exposed, especially like her acting, her matches. She's botching stuff here and there.
She's very limited, I guess you could say, and it doesn't really go with the whole thing,
How about Nia Jax popping the microphone by screaming into it?
Dude, I covered my ears because I was watching it on my phone, and dude, I had to turn it down like real quick.
Yeah. Luckily, I was already covering my ears because I saw Nia Jax talking, but that helped the blow.
I'm not gonna lie. I fast forward through a good portion of Raw, so I didn't see that part you guys were talking about. But oh man,
They need to drop this whole
Yes.
I'm the face breaker and
Yeah,
like
stop
dust
it.
off my
Stop.
bro, that was a month ago. Get over it.
I know.
Becky's already over it. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Becky's not even talking about it, dude. Like,
Yeah.
get the
you're
fuck
insignificant.
Plus, Nia cut the worst promo in history a week ago. Remember? It wasn't yesterday, but it was last Monday's Nia Jax promo.
over it. I didn't see what was.
No, she was just getting booed. It was just
It was really
It
bad.
was bad.
Her and Tamina. They call her the mute monolith. They had a bunch of superlatives for people this week. It was nuts.
Jesus.
Very forced and overdone. Anyway, so that was Raw. If you didn't watch, you pretty much got everything here. And
yeah,
if
you didn't have to suffer like us.
Yeah. Let's get into SmackDown. SmackDown was tonight. We're recording on a Tuesday night. So, I mean, kind of more of the same. We got a Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy match again.
For the billionth time.
But the highlights for me were the opening segment with Becky Lynch, Asuka, and Charlotte. Becky Lynch has not lost any steam.
Nope. And
She is on top of the world. Asuka really showed, even though like her English isn't that great, it's her second language. It barely, maybe her first and a half language. But her eyes are very expressive, and when she was cutting into Charlotte and Becky, like I was like, damn, I'd be scared if I was one of these girls.
Oh,
'cause
hell
she
yeah.
looked intense, man. Basically, Charlotte's like, I beat you, and you lost your mystique because of me at WrestleMania. And I was like, yeah, that's very true. But then Asuka's like, you got lucky, and Becky, you've never beat me before. I was like, damn.
calling them
True
out
words.
on their shit.
that's obviously the hottest thing in wrestling. This match is, this feud.
on the main roster, yeah.
It's going to be the first ever women's TLC match.
Oh, first ever smash forever.
This has got to be the last first ever, right?
No, tag team champions we're waiting for.
I hope if there was Raw and SmackDown women tag team champions, the division is going to be the champions. Like, there's not enough people
You're gonna be
to
doing
substantiate of a whole like
Nothing but
division.
mirror matches.
I think
Unless they put one set for both Raw and SmackDown.
I think if they did just
Oh,
one
God.
set of tag champs, that's it. Like one.
That's the only way they can do it.
for-
And you're still pushing it.
yeah, that'd be
because-
pushing it for sure.
You're going to have your storylines for each belt. So that's 4 women. You have nothing but jabronis after that. Like, it's not a good idea. It's not the right time.
Yeah, it's not the right time. They have a lot of women, but they don't have enough to sustain that going.
And there's too many commercials. There's not enough time for segments for
It's
tag
so
teams.
bad.
No, there isn't. not to
Well,
mention you have one women's title on each brand.
you know, like just fuck it, dude. Make it like a 6-hour show. You know, why not?
At this point,
Like just
I
make
wouldn't
it
know the
6 hours, dude.
When 2 or 3 hours isn't enough.
that brought into Mandy Rose and Blonda Browsey interrupting, and we're having a tag match right now.
I hate that shit. Too.
So
that
yeah,
gotta go. They gotta stop that.
That's a pet peeve.
So Sonya Deville actually beat Charlotte.
Yes.
She
Whoa.
pinned Charlotte in this match.
Oh.
I like her actually.
Um, A little miscommunication. She hit Asuka. Asuka hit her with a flying knee, and Deville capitalized. Match over. And Becky was sitting ringside, and she just looked pissed off that she was even there watching.
Yeah.
I don't blame her.
Yeah. So that happened. I mean, it's gonna force the storyline a little bit. Cesaro versus Xavier Woods versus Jey Uso. Solid match.
That had to have been good, right?
A lot of great spots.
Yeah, I haven't seen that match.
Cesaro did the big swing on Jay Uso while Xavier was on his back, Samoan drop style.
Oh wow!
So he did the big swing, dropped him off his back, and then put him in a sharpshooter right after.
The man.
Damn,
Yeah,
dude.
That was insane.
He's gonna be one of the wrestlers that is like the best that never,
Never
best-
getting anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even though he was set up to be like the biggest thing.
I mean,
Like Drew and I were talking about it. We're watching the show live. The thing with Cesaro is that he's always going to be known as a tag team specialist. He's never going to be a singles guy. He's never. Unfortunately, he's not going to get that opportunity because he's so pigeonholed at being a tag team wrestler, and that's not fair to him. And he's more than capable of doing a lot more.
he deserves more
He does.
because he ended up getting super kicked and pinned at the end of all of it.
I think if he had English as his first language, if he was born in England or America or Canada or somewhere else, I think he would have more opportunities.
It's still not over.
I mean, I think if he had a mouthpiece on him,
They tried it.
They tried it.
They
It didn't
tried
work.
it, but that was when Brock was coming back,
Yeah, that's true.
and they threw him down. They were like, "Nah, you're good. We're going with the Brock thing now."
Like, Paul Heyman has Ryback and Brock Lesnar, so we don't need
yeah,
you.
yeah,
in
exactly.
this. Probably the highlight of the night was the Miz TV segment with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan has turned into CJ Parker. Did you know that?
He's pretty much CJ Parker.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Pretty much CJ Parker. He's going to come out with signs next week, protest signs. He cuts a promo on all the people saying that, he doesn't need them and the yes move instead. He actually took the side plates, the logo that says yes, yes, yes. He took them off his belt. Now his belt is just blank. There's just empty holes there now.
Punk rock belt.
Super dope.
Yeah.
He's a badass.
It reminds me of Kurt Cobain
Ooh,
Yep.
he's a badass.
because I feel like he's not washing his hair now, and he has like the
Greasy
little
as
little
fuck.
knitted sweater.
I just hope he doesn't blow his brains out though.
Hey, easy, easy.
He called the crowd sheep because they were doing the what chant, and then he says you're all sheep. I can get you to say a stupid chant that's 20 years old.
Damn.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan's so good, man.
That's
He's
one
so
of the
good at
best
wrestling.
rebuttals to the what chant I've seen in a long time.
Did it instantly stop?
Oh yeah,
Fucking
It
love
did.
Yeah.
It did.
yeah. That turned into a AJ Styles interrupts. Miz hits him with a crushing finale, and that turns into a match.
You almost said skull fucking finale.
Skull fucking finale. Parody
Oh, man.
idea.
Yeah, we got
we got a lot of finale, dude.
we got a lot of shirts.
Skull fucking finale.
Put that on Pornhub.
There it is.
There we go.
With April O'Neil as the star.
Yes.
Oh.
I
Yes.
feel like I've seen that match before. The skull fucking finale.
Yeah,
Or at least that move.
That's my favorite part.
yeah. Oh, fast forward to the skull fucking finale.
Let's go to the end.
Go home. Go home.
That's a little too real now.
I'm blown up, brother.
That's so crazy.
Oh my god.
Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton. The best part was Samoa Joe interrupting on the Tron. He says, "Hey, Jeff, I'm in a bar. Oh, but you already know that."
Ooh,
Got him.
burn.
Well done. Well done.
After Jeff eats an RKO, he cuts another promo and he's like, you can be responsible and just have one or two of these, or you can have 14 and go to jail. So he pours out a beer. He's like, "This one's for you. Drink responsibly, Jeff." And then
I'll cheers to that.
yeah, and then Miz and AJ in the main event. Good match. We kind of all were able to watch that match. Solid
Yeah.
match. Brian was on commentary, just being a super heel, talking about how my favorite part. I feel like Brian inadvertently was racist to Byron Saxton on commentary.
I think
Yeah.
advertently, not opposite of what you said, but yeah, I think he was totally trying to be racist on purpose.
he was talking to Byron's like, "Well, what's your daughter gonna think?" And then he's like, "My daughter. I hope my daughter kicks every man in the world in the groin 1,000 times for methane gas and using plastic water bottles and being wasteful." And he's like, and then his big thing is about the methane gas. And then he turns to Byron and he's like, "You know what? You're one of the worst people. I've seen the water bottles you drink. I've seen how many chickens you eat." And I was like, oh.
As soon as he said that, we looked at you like, holy shit.
Oh, that's not appropriate. Yeah.
It's a little racist,
Like,
bro.
Whoever wrote that was just trying to win brownie points to Vince. Like, oh, I know how I can win friends over. Be racist and bag on Byron Saxton.
I hope no one wrote that. I hope that just came off the top of the dome and he fucked up.
I don't. If that's the case, then that's pretty clever by Brian. But I feel like
funny.
that might have been scripted in there somehow. But I guess we'll find. I guess we'll see.
I bet you there's some vegans watching Daniel Bryan now. And it's like, oh, they don't even think he's a heel. They just think he's the
Yes!
he's right. Exactly.
Preach,
Yeah.
brother.
It's
That'd be
a funny,
amazing.
funny story. Was a couple years ago. Daniel Bryan was interviewed. I think it might have been by Solid Monster when he was the world heavyweight champion. And
Yes.
this was during the time where like he was carrying the belt around him, and like a lot of vegans came with him like, well, if you're a real vegan, how come you're carrying a leather belt? You remember that one, Drew?
Oh yeah. That's in the intro for every week.
The
of
intro,
Soul
yeah.
Monster, yeah. Which is true. AJ beats AJ beats Miz with the calf crusher, and after the match, Daniel Bryan fucks him up, which is good. We left leaving SmackDown with AJ Styles in a knee bar.
Yes.
And all the refs trying to rip him off, and Daniel Bryan's not letting go. And then we fade to black, and we get Chrisley Knows Best. That's how the show should end, minus the
that show?
Chrisley Knows Best part, who can eat 1,000 dicks. How did he get popular? What's his thing?
There's got to be a way.
He knows best at eating dicks, perhaps.
There's people.
Is he like a effeminate man?
I guess. I have
And that's
no idea.
that's his gimmick?
I'm still trying to figure that shit out. I have no idea.
No idea.
Only thing I know
don't know
about
how he
that
got
show.
so popular. I don't know either.
The only thing I know about that show is from what I see, like when I forget to turn off SmackDown, and it's god awful. It's
So
really
awful.
bad.
The
Wait,
worst.
wasn't he
It's-
on after Raw for a while though? Was he on Monday nights originally?
Yeah, he was
Oh,
on.
God.
Yeah,
It just seems so scripted every time I like get that last glimpse after SmackDown, and it's like I watched it for like a split second. I'm like, God damn it! Why do people watch this shit? It seems so fucking scripted.
How is it?
Oh
not-
yeah, by the way, I watch fucking wrestling.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh yeah.
What is-
That's how Silk Stocking stayed on the air. I think.
Oh.
yeah.
Because we want to see. Oh, I thought I was going to see porno every single week.
Let me.
It's like a slight titty. I would wait.
Yes.
Yeah, like
Watch that.
Skinamax style.
Yep. Oh, God,
Like
I'm
Silks
skin
and La
Max.
Femme Nikita.
Yeah.
Oh, the film, the key to
Wait, I don't have to watch.
I don't have to go to Cinemax.
I don't have to stay up late and try to watch scrambled titties on TV.
Remember, we just have to push the button over and over, and then the scrambling would keep going. You can kind of see.
Yeah. I would mute it and I would just sit there and watch scrambled TV like a creep in the dark.
Damn, the lengths that guys go through. I swear.
One time, I thought I was gonna get busted, so like I built like a fort around the TV so no one would see the light of the TV on.
Man,
That's pretty
That's-
MacGyver over here.
That's more MacGyver than I've ever done, dude.
I was a horny 12-year-old boy.
Oh man.
now we just watch porn on our phones and we go, "Hey, are you jerking off alone?"
Yes,
Yes, I am.
leave me alone.
Oh,
Skip ad, skip
man.
ad,
Oh
skip
my
ad,
God,
skip
life
ad.
Five,
is so
4,
much-
3, 2, 1, skip.
The kids will never know how hard it is for us to like see a titty
Nope.
back in the days.
It was a struggle, dude.
Oh.
You had.
And I was content with just a titty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's enough to get.
I didn't have to see the penetration.
No. I when I saw penetration as a kid, I was like, oh my God, dude! Like this is like the best thing ever.
Penetration is the craziest thing when you're a kid.
Yeah, I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Yeah, it was remarkable. I've seen a light.
Oh man.
I love how we got on this after watching, talking
Well,
about
'cause-
Chris Chrisley.
No, silk stockings,
back
bro.
in the day, silk stockings and the Femme Nikita, it was like it was erotic thrillers, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
They totally sold sex in the first.
They
10
definitely did.
Seconds of those shows.
They knew what they were doing.
Silk stockings, and there was video of ladies putting on silk stockings.
I was like,
It
oh, I
sells
like this.
itself.
Oh, no wonder why my dad would watch it so long. He would be watching wrestling and he'd just sit next. to
I'd be
me.
watching it with my dad too, and like I'd be kind of awkward by it too because like I don't know, it's like I don't know if my dad's trying to kick me out or if he wants me to see if I'm gay or what. I don't know. Like I had like all these questions in my head. Like I felt uncomfortable watching
Instead
it
of
with my dad.
not watching it.
Yeah.
You could have just walked away, but
I did. I was like, you know what? This is too awkward. I'm gonna go in the other room
Have
and
fun
watch
watching that, Dad. See you later.
See,
I'm
just
gonna go watch
it
by myself in my
Yeah.
room.
it. Who knows? Maybe I could have bonded better with my dad if I'd stayed.
Never. Watching porn with your dad?
Yeah, that's not the bond.
I don't think that's the
not a good bond whatsoever.
Some people fish. Some people jerk off with their dad. I mean,
Well, I don't know about the jerking off part though.
in separate rooms. Like, all right, good night.
Yeah,
Good night, kid. Good night.
kid. Yeah.
Oh,
Did you
man.
finish?
Your mom's coming home soon. Did you finish?
Oh, that's
I'm trying to
awkward.
flush the toilet.
Oh,
Oh,
man,
no.
getting a
Wow.
little too specific.
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Oh man, traumatized childhood.
All right.
This episode of the Put Me Over podcast is brought to you by WrestleCrate.com. Have you ever seen these loot boxes? Like they come, they're mystery loot boxes. Have
I
you
love
heard of
them.
They're pretty dope. And they're one of our favorite people. Definitely our favorite sponsor. Basically, what happens? You go to the website, right? You want to order, right? You obviously want to order because they're going to send you some of the coolest wrestling memorabilia, collectibles, T-shirts, toys, whatever you want. You're going to get pins, autographed 8x10s by the likes of Ric Flair.
Woo!
Animal from the Legion of Doom, Jake the Snake Roberts. They were going to have Vader. Unfortunately, he passed away before that could happen. But they always have a lot of cool shit. You're going to go to the website. You're going to sign up. You're going to put our promo code PUTMEOVER, and in turn, that website is going to put you over. And you're going to get 15% off or 20% off.
20% off.
You get 20% off your first order from WrestleCrate.com. And if you act quickly, you can sign up for the January box.
Yeah,
December's, I think,
right.
already done.
Damn,
But you can also go to lapelyeah.com and use our same promo code there, Put Me Over. You'll get 20% off your entire order. Lapel Yeah, if you've seen a wrestling pin, they've probably made it. And a lot of stuff that they have left over from those wrestle crates, you can get on lapelyeah.com. So you can get 20% off your entire order there if you don't want to subscribe to anything. It's a win-win, really.
Yeah.
Win-win-win.
Especially now because guess what season it is? It's the holiday season.
Oh, I thought it was Rusev Day.
It's every
It's
day's
the
Rusev
holiday
Day.
season.
I was gonna say NBA season. I don't know.
Well, that's it's actually a lot of things, but holiday season is here, and if you don't want to be a last minute shopper, and you know someone who's a wrestling fan, those are two
Perfect.
websites.
Perfect gift.
Also, guys, Put Me Over. We're soft opening, so if you go putmeover.com,
Yes.
enter promo code Flaccid because it's a soft opening. Get it?
Get it?
With one C.
one C. Is that right? Is Flaccid
It's
two
Flaccid
C's?
with two C's.
Classes with two C's.
Well,
Did
I'll
you-
change it. Whatever.
Did you
It's
botch?
extra
Did you
flaccid.
botch it?
He botched it.
Botched.
You botched it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Flackid it is. Flackid is the
Flackid.
password. But yeah, there's a bunch of merch. Feel free to look through that. It's 15% off if you put Flackid as your promo code.
Yes.
Yes.
We're really excited. This is our first little bit of merch. This is our first web store. We're going to be adding more content and more things to buy. I got ideas, man. I've been saying shit all day. That I'm like, oh, that'd be a cool T-shirt. I would wear that T-shirt. I would buy that sticker.
I think we're gonna have to go back and archive all the shit that we came up with to make
yeah.
some
Yes.
good ass shirts because we've said some fucking great stuff on here.
The year's almost over, gentlemen.
I
Oh
know.
man,
We've had a
Wow.
good time.
What a year. What a year so far.
Are you getting emo or something? What's going on? Am I dying?
I'm not. no, we're just getting
We're just
started,
getting
boy.
started, dude.
So yeah, I'm gonna actually splice this part to the beginning because I forgot to add the sponsors. So
That's
I'll not take a little bit of editing. But anyways, I think we're done.
We're
right?
done.
Are we done?
January 11th, come see me at the Satellite. Love you.
Yeah,
Eat my
we'll all
ass.
be there.
Eat my ass too.
we gonna save Dick's story for next week.
Yeah, it was a good story, but I don't know. We're right at the end.
We're already at the end.
We don't gotta
It's-
shoehorn it in.
Yeah, I don't want to shoehorn
We'll
it
talk next week about it. We'll bring it up casually like it wasn't scripted, but it really was scripted.
Yeah,
in. Just like that.
Well, WrestleMania, you know.
Yeah.
better acting than Ronda Rousey on this show.
Heyo.
But thank you guys so much for writing in, reviewing, downloading, subscribing. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad that you might jack off with to go and subscribe to the Put Me Over podcast, available on all podcast formats. Google Play, we're back. Spotify, iTunes, Pornhub. Wherever you download your podcast, make sure you go there. You can also find us on YouTube. We have a wonderful channel. We just released the highlights from Volume 1 of our show. You're going to want to go and watch that. Leave a comment. We will comment back. And until I think of a better outro, we'll see you guys next week.